know your thoughts in the comments below. Right, so moving on from that and moving on to actually our exclusive, and that's that. Again, it's related to Kraven the Hunter. Apparently the very first person that Sony Pictures contacted for the role was Adam Driver, but he turned them down. And this is something that was brought to me a couple of days ago, and I found it really interesting. I always find casting stuff really interesting, like what happens in the world of Hollywood, how they actually managed to cast these actors, and who was originally up for these roles and what happened. Why did it fall apart? Well, I'll bring up the article right here. There's Adam Driver and Don Quixote, but according to my source, Keanu Reeves wasn't actually Sony's first choice to play Kraven. Adam Driver was. They approached him to star in the Kraven standalone movie they're making. Unfortunately for Sony, he turned them down. I then asked the source if they knew anything about who might be playing this role since Reeves turned it down, and they said Karl Urban is a name being thrown around a lot. I haven't heard if he's been approached officially by Sony yet, but I know they're interested in him for the role. So it goes back to Geekosity's their scoop that Karl Urban is in the running, is being looked at to play Kraven the Hunter, and again, he would be perfect for the role. He's got a lot of support online. As well, a lot of people saying that they would really like to see him play the role, and it looks like Sony thinks the same thing. But I actually think Adam Driver would have made a very good Kraven, but I kind of understand why why they decided to kind of why he decided not to take the role. And yes, I will say in my exclusives and things like that, I do often say that's that. So that's a little shout out to Kevin Feige there in the comments. That's something that I seem to say. Maybe it's an English thing. I don't know why. But I personally think both Adam Driver and Karl Urban would be really good choices for the role. I understand why Adam Driver turned them down. He's just come out of a big franchise, being in Star Wars. Looks like he wants to do other stuff, kind of more kind of down to earth type stuff. More independent stuff that he just finds more interesting, because being locked into a contract with a company like Disney for, was it 3 movies, is something that I don't think he really wants to do again. But let me know what you think about that. Is that like Adam Driver as Kraven the Hunter? Is that something you would have liked to have seen? It looks like Sony really wanted him, but unfortunately he turned them down. Looks like Sony was thinking, okay, let's get Keanu Reeves involved, and then he turned them down. So what's Karl Urban going to do? Is he going to say yes? I mean, I hope he does, really, because I think the role's good for him. But Karl Urban, of course, was already in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's played Scourge, and I think that character died in spoilers. Sorry, in Thor Ragnarok. But he died a very noble death, even though that character wasn't a particularly noble character. But let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Right, moving on. And I'm